What's going on? I'm Nick Dunifer, and today we are going over reaping. How do you reap? Let's show you. Now we're going reaping. Step one, find a bird. For some people that have a lot of farmland, private or whatever, you're probably gonna, watch your farms. For us, we're driving around. And we do have some private farms, but mostly public fields. So what we do is we drive around. It's not really road hunting, it's scouting with a motor.
Can you binocular the turkey that I think is in the corn?
The next thing you do is drive past it. Don't stop and stare. Don't push these birds out of there. You gotta drive down the road in the surrounding roads. You really gotta know the area, because this is, for us, this is public. If it's your farm or a private farm and no one else is hunting there, you probably don't have to be as cautious. But for us, we drive down the road and we make sure that we don't see any other cars or hunters. There's a road behind here that someone can access this. Make sure you do the loop and make sure no one came in and you're not gonna stalk in on someone or their decoys. Step 4, get as close as you possibly can. How can you get as close as you can without being busted? We found the field, and it is right next to another field. There is a wood line, and we are going to use the wood line to block us coming across the field to the other field where the turkeys are. So we're going to cut a huge distance off, and we're going to be probably 150 yards off of where these birds are strutting right now.
Got through the first part of our plan, which was to cut the distance to the field with the turkey in it. Just on the other side of this is the field with the turkey in it. So this is the point where we're going to come up here to where we can see into the field. We're going to get down, and now we're going to have to crawl to get into the field. And now I'm blocking with this because now I want him to do the work. I'm also making him look like he's also walking, because the turkey's gonna do that. And when I stop, I like to sit there and just kind of fan him back and forth. Obviously not to the point where I'm turning him to where he can see me, but a noticeable amount. Well, we hit the master plan and it's working. We got through the field, we were able to get through this brush, and now the turkey is at the other end of the field, hiding behind this the whole way as we go down. One of the things I wanted to bring up was we use real fans on our decoys. You don't have to. People do it with the fans that come with them. But the reasons why we use real ones is, one, way more realistic, and two, you can use that to your advantage. This one's getting beat up. There's holes in it and stuff. So when I go and I'm looking on the side here, I'm not having to stick my head up and over the turkey. I'm not having to come all the way over on the other side of the fan. I'm able to stay behind it, but still look. And I'll even split them to give myself a quick view every so often.
So a couple things can happen now. He's either gonna see you and run away, he's gonna stay where he is, or he's gonna run to you. Now, if he runs away, that's game over, it's a numbers game. If he stays where he is, then you need to start taking the party to him. Just slowly work your way up there, and he will either slowly work his way out of the field and get out of here, or he'll stay right where he is doing his thing, and in that case, get as close as you can and shoot him. Now, if he starts running to you, you need to stake in and get ready to take that shot.
With the gun, my gun was always right here with me while I was going. So it was fairly simple, because then all I had to do was mount the gun and come around the side. You can come around the side, you can go over top. The advantage, in my opinion, if you're trying to be sneaky coming around the corner with it, you're just gonna bring the gun up using the fan and kind of keep it in the fan so maybe he doesn't see it, so you don't have to do a quick rush shot. A lot of them, you see these guys are coming up and they're just like throwing everything down and they're shooting. I didn't do that. I just sat, came around the corner, and then I was able to wait and then take the shot.
So what he does is he takes and shades himself off the back. He gives himself some room so that he can draw his gun and shoot without, you know, messing with the fan and getting in the way. There's no reason to rush. You mean, you got time. You can get back here and, like he said, put the barrel through the side and take your shot.
The bow was a little bit different, and I practiced a lot on this. This is, when I was using my bow, obviously you're carrying your bow under your arm all tucked up and you're trying to keep everything tight and you're going. When I set the decoy up, I set the decoy up away from me, and then I was able to, now I drew my bow down here. I don't have my bow set super high. I was able to get my bow drawn here, pick my bow up here, and my bow was only sticking up a little bit. When I came up, my head came up, and then I was able to raise my bow up, and then I had plenty of distance from here to shoot. So I was back here until he stuck his head up, because that's probably when he realized that things weren't the way they were supposed to be. But by then it was too late, because I was already drawn, I was already on him, and I shot.